Charlie Kirk had a tweet for everything. And now that he's gone, his words resonate a little more with what's happening in America right now. Imagine if a pregnant lady broke into your house, had a baby in your living room, and then says she now has a legal right to stay in your house forever. That's how insane it is granting birthright citizenship to illegals. That's exactly what we saw happen today. And now that Charlie Kirk is gone, his X posts are becoming more and more real. And this could very well be why it was so important for them to get rid of him. And I say them, you know who I'm talking about, because he was a threat to what they wanted. And many people think that Charlie Kirk would have been president one day. Well, the president right now is fuming. There has been a major decision regarding birthright citizenship, and the president is doing much better than I am at containing his anger, at containing his outrage, containing his disgust with what the Supreme Court pulled off today. And you've got to hear it right from him, because I don't know how he holds it together. Not after what they've tried to do to him. They tried to Charlie Kirk him.
Yes, I have to accept it's the Supreme Court, so I'll accept. I think it's very bad for our nation. We're the only nation that does it. No other nation does that birthright citizenship. No, not even close. Some did it, they ended it. It's tremendously destructive. It's extremely costly. I don't know, it's up to them. But in terms of for the good of the country, it'd be great if they didn't allow it. It would be great. But I can't tell you. The Slaughter case was the big case today. That was really a big case because it gave strength to presidents and strength to the presidency, a very important case. It's been going on for almost 100 years, think of that. And this was the ruling that really topped everything by a lot today. Yeah.
The president is upset. He's disgusted. He's angry. He is much better at keeping it contained than I am and probably what you are. But right now, we are at a crossroads for our country. As someone that has served my country, I have family members that have fought in basically every battle since this nation's history. My grandfather in World War II, my uncles, Vietnam, Gulf War, going way back to Korea, it's the Civil War, and even the American Revolution. And was it for nothing? No, it was definitely for something. I will never, ever concede that serving your country is for nothing. But what bothers me right now is they have just devalued what it means to be an American. On the anniversary of our 250th anniversary, our 250th birthday, the Supreme Court took it upon themselves to give a discount to anyone that wants to come here for some birthright tourism and to just drop anchor the same way we did in the Navy when you wanted to make sure a ship didn't drift away. And now these foreigners, these criminal migrant invaders are coming here and they're dropping anchors. And I think the only way around it is if we pass the SAVE Act and we increase deportations. President Trump brought up something very important there about the Slaughter decision, giving him more power, making him the most powerful president over the last 150 years. And I think that is how this plays out. Now, we got Bill Malugin, Fox News correspondent, one of the better Fox News correspondents. He worked down on the southern border. He has seen the belly of the beast. He says here he's got a DOJ leadership memo, directs all of its U.S. attorneys across the country to prioritize investigations and prosecutions of birthright tourism schemes. And you can see here, This was dated today, June 30th. You know that this piece of paper was ready to roll before the decision dropped. And now it makes sense when Chief Justice, or not Chief Justice, but Justice Thomas was walking through the hallways laughing. And he had met with members of Congress. And I believe he met with the president. I believe he met with the Department of Justice employees. Because there's a plan in place. I fully believe that. There are more than one way to skin a cat. And I think this cat is going to get skinned right here. The Department of Justice, Todd Blanche, is going to implement another way around this. Sure, you're here and you have a baby. Great. The baby's a citizen. But we yank your visa, Consuela, and you're going back. That's how this plays out. That's the way that I think that this all comes together. And I hope that's the way it comes together. But prosecuting these birthright tourism companies that are just flying people in and popping a squat, having some little bambinos, and then they're citizens. That's how we get around this, guys. This is an article here a few months ago. The New York Times wrote a story about a pregnant Honduran woman who was deported from our country and then traveled 1,700 miles to commit felony re-entry so her child could be born in America. The Supreme Court just ruled that her baby has as much of a right to citizenship, and then federal agents separated them. The baby was safe here, and they sent her home. But that's what this is. Baby Gail, born a month early in South Texas hospital. Miss Acosta felt her whole body tremble. She moved away from her son. She and her partner had crossed the border in the fall. 6 months pregnant from their 1,700-mile journey back to the United States to give their first child together a chance at American citizenship. That's how important American citizenship is to people that are not from our country. The same can't be said for people that hate America, one political party in reference to that. And you know exactly who it is. Now, Bill Melugin brought this up. SCOTUS strikes down President Trump's executive order limiting birthright citizenship. Justices Roberts and Barrett join the liberals from the majority opinion. Even to be able to say that certain members of the Supreme Court are liberal, to me, is part of what's failing our country. Justice should be blind. Justice should be nonpartisan. And right now, we know it's not. Children born in the United States to parents unlawfully or temporarily present are subject to the jurisdiction. And Bill Melugin goes on down here, during border coverage, we saw a lot of women who were very obviously in late-term pregnancies who were crossing the river illegally, likely knowing that giving birth on U.S. soil would immediately give their child U.S. citizenship. They will do anything to win at this game called American citizenship. In another tragedy that unfolded, the House, Congress, voted 198 to 224 to block attaching the SAVE Act to the NDAA, the Defense Authorization Spending. 14 Republicans should be primaried. They voted to...
This vote, the yeas are 198, the nays are 224. The resolution is not adopted.
14 Republicans should be primaried. And that is where we're at right now. Republicans are doomed if they listen to Trump on the Save America Act. I would rather be doomed than not pass the SAVE Act. Pass it. This shows you who's working for America, ladies and gentlemen. And the 224 Democrats and the 14 Republicans are not working for America. Donald Trump sent out this post to President Xi of China. Like to congratulate President Xi and the great country of China on their massive birthright citizenship win. That is exactly what is happening. And I'm sure China has loaded up the 747s. They have loaded them up with pregnant women, sending them here so that they can continue to steal our sovereignty, steal our livelihood, steal your family's legacies, steal your family's heritage, steal whatever inheritance you thought you were going to pass down to them. This is another post here by the president. Trump has officially called on Congress to end birthright citizenship because Congress can pass legislation. Now, will they? There's not a snowball's chance in hell. We can't get a Congress to agree on what this is drinking right here. And I'm drinking some iced tea. We can't get them to agree on a damn thing. To depend on Congress, to depend on the Senate, to depend on the Supreme Court to do the right thing, if you're holding your breath, I'm sorry for you. Get a priest. You need the last rites. And I'm upset. I'm trying not to swear. I'm a sailor, and that's what we used to do. Smash the like and subscribe button. Join the channel as a member. It is impervious that we continue to get this word out. We continue to pass the information along. Now, we've got a rhino here in Arkansas. Senator Tom Cotton comes out with a very boldly worded tweet. The best response to the court's devastatingly wrong ruling on birthright citizenship is more deportations. He's right on that. More secure border. Trump has done that for him. More prosecutions of foreign criminals. The Department of Justice is doing that. Says he will continue to work to give the admin the resources needed to deport illegals and protect Arkansans. I don't believe that, Tom Cotton. I've seen what you do here in the state of Arkansas, and it's not very damn much. It's not much at all. But you had to take the second for a little victory lap ex post. You have done nothing to nuke the filibuster. You have done nothing to get the SAVE Act passed. There's nothing in your ex post about the SAVE Act. So why do you think any of us would believe this load of bullshit in your ex post? I can't think of one damn thing. And I've been pretty quiet on Arkansas politics because of where I live. And more importantly, what I do for a job. But I don't think I can be quiet anymore on this. This is a disgrace. This is disgusting. And I hope he does more, because this is wrong. You should be doing a hell of a lot more to get this passed. This is an image out of Dearborn, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen. This is not Mogadishu. Dearborn, Michigan is what this is. And I'm sure we're going to see more of this now. Pay close attention to see how many American flags you see there, ladies and gents. I don't know what they're saying. We'll never know. The news will never cover this. But this is the reality right now. Dearborn, Michigan is the petri dish. It's the example. Look at the zoomed in. All military-aged men carrying flags of other countries, soaking up benefits. I guarantee you they're all on welfare and food stamps. If not, they would be at work. This is how far we've come. And I don't know about you, but I am disgusted with this. I am absolutely outraged. I want to show you some more stuff that'll make you upset. It's an article from the Daily Mail going back to 2019. Chinese woman, 41 years old, admits to running a birth tourism scheme in California that helped more than 500 pregnant foreigners give birth in the U.S. She's got a very good name here. It sounds like it was on the Mayflower. Dongguan Li, right? You see that name there? Company mainly assisted Chinese foreign nationals. Website advertising and catered to more than 500 Chinese birth tourism customers that we know of. They charge between $40,000 and $80,000 for the Anchor Baby tourism program. As part of the deal, she'll forfeit $850K. I'm sure Xi Jinping will just let her use his EBT card to pay for that. Woman faces 15 years in prison after her sentencing. I doubt she served a year. That's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going on in our country. That is what is happening as we speak right now. And it's only getting worse. Look at the headlines here. Look at this one. Trump's own Supreme Court pick. Branded DEI hire by furious MAGA base. Talking about Amy Coney Barrett. And it looks like she got a new hairdo for her decision in the Supreme Court today. It might as well be the truth. And typically memes are not far from the truth. They're not far from what's actually happening. You know what I mean? And I would say Amy Coney Barrett is a DEI hire right now. Thomas and Alito fume over the birthright citizenship ruling in blistering dissents. Justice Thomas wrote a 91-page dissent on this. You don't sit down and write 91 pages if you're only slightly upset. Question here for you. Do you agree with the Supreme Court's decision to uphold birthright citizenship for all children born in the U.S.? I'm going to say I don't. If that was the case, we're about to have the best soccer team in the world because of the World Cup. And all of the women that are here that could have babies, in about 18 years, we'll have a great soccer team. Trump was over on Truth Social expressing his disgust, and I'm sure many of you are as well. We got Rand Paul, decided to do the same damn thing that Tom Cotton did. Finally speak out because it's the cool thing to do right now. He couldn't do this before. Didn't have the guts. But now that we are all aligned, all of us conservatives are aligned, he wants to get in on the MAGA train because he's worried about his Senate seat. That's the only damn thing he's ever been worried about. SCOTUS affirms birthright citizenship. There's Amy Coney Barrett. I'm sure she's got a book deal coming out over on CNN or maybe Saturday Night Live because she is a freaking joke. She is a clown. She is not someone that you need to trust with any decision. Would you want her to be a judge in a trial that you or your life depended on? I don't think I would. I don't trust her as far as I could throw her. This is pitiful. And I'm pissed. Justice Alito, this is huge, calls it grotesque. Now, NPR leaked some information about Alito, about him possibly stepping down on Friday. They quickly withdrew it. So there's a mole inside of the Supreme Court. But what this really did was it gave President Trump an opportunity to start thinking about who we want to replace Alito with. And that's why the midterms are so important, because we have to maintain a majority for him to get this Supreme Court pick confirmed. You better vote like your life depends on it. You better vote like the 250,000 anchor babies' lives depend on it, because they do. And their lives are important. And I want them to go back to the country that they should serve. And right now, I would like some of these Supreme Court justices to go back to the country that they're working for, because it damn sure doesn't feel like they're working for Americans. It just feels pitiful. I have an empty feeling in my gut. Trump says birthright citizenship ruling too bad, but he laid out a pathway forward through Congress. And the way it works is that we get Congress to pass some legislation. I don't know if we can. Trump says here, Congress should work on ending expensive and unfair birthright citizenship. They will have my complete and total support. Ladies and gentlemen, smash the like and subscribe on the way out. I need to go vomit. I am losing faith in my government. I'm not losing faith in you. I'm not losing faith in the military. I'm not losing faith in the executive branch. The judicial branch is a clown show that P.T. Barnum would be disgusted with showing. That's where we're at. Hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you on the way out.